El Chapo, the notorious drug lord, now locked up and awaiting eventual, presumably extradition to the United States to face charges. Let's bring in somebody else who interviewed El Chapo face-to-face besides Sean Penn. Larry Villalobos is a former chief intelligence officer for the Drug Enforcement Administration's El Paso Intelligence Center, and talked to him himself. How'd that happen, sir?
Good afternoon, Shepard. Well, I was stationed in Mexico during that period, and this was in 1998. Chapo had been in prison for 5 years for his part in the tragic killing of the Catholic cardinal at the airport that occurred in 1993 in a shootout between Chapo's people and a competing organization, the Tijuana cartel.
And how did he seem to you?
Well, he seemed, he'd been in prison 5 years, so he was pretty clean cut. He was pretty trim. This is 17, 18 years ago, so he's a lot younger. He was very polite. There had been an ongoing process for us to get in to visit with him. He had requested to speak to DEA at the time.
What did you learn from him?
But he seemed, well, he wanted to cut a deal with the U.S. government. He was facing extradition even back then, and so he was wanting to actually turn over those people that had attacked him and, in his opinion, had killed the cardinal and had also tried to take his life. He was incensed that he was still in prison, or that he was in prison, and the other people who were really the cause of it were out running around and still doing their work.
I want to get a sense of how big and bad this person is. If you blew a line or smoked a bowl over the weekend, did it probably come from him?
Well, you know, he's short in stature. He's very light complected. In fact, I mean, I was really surprised. His hair was very light complected at the time.
I'm talking about what he's done. I mean, like, why he's such a bad guy. Is he responsible for that many drugs now, to this day?
Oh, I'm sure he is, yes. I mean, he's a pretty significant trafficker. Of course, he didn't own up to it. He did say that he was not a white dove, that his hands were not clean, but that he wasn't responsible for everything everybody was saying about him. He's always said that. That's fairly common for these types.
Word is he's responsible for thousands of deaths. Is that true?
There's been a significant amount of killings involved with his organization throughout Mexico and Central America. That last war that they had, and the previous war prior to his incarceration, took a lot of lives, and yeah, I'm sure it's in the thousands.
Man, it's good to talk to you. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. You can't forget that the reason there is this